Your future self already knows which investment pays off. Your future self already knows which relationship deepens. Your future self already knows which decision leads to your greatest life and which one leads to a dead end. You can access that information today. I'm going to show you exactly how. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and this episode is the Intuition Upgrade. How merging your future self unlocks precognition. Before we begin, I want to invite you to join the Reality Revolution tribe. You can find the link in the description at school.com, skool.com/Reality Revolution. In this amazing space, I offer weekly group coaching sessions, and you can find exclusive content with audiobooks, meditations, and unique teachings you cannot find anywhere else. I have training modules and courses that are only available within this group, and an amazing group of people working together to help you to manifest your deepest desires. Your future self already knows which investment pays off. Your future self already knows which relationship deepens. Your future self already knows which decision leads to your greatest life and which one leads to a dead end. Well, of course they do. That's you in the future. And you can access that information today. I'm going to show you exactly how. In this episode, we're going to go deep into something I believe is one of the most powerful and underutilized abilities you already possess: intuition. And I'm going to take it much further than that, because there is a version of intuition that goes beyond gut feelings, beyond instinct, beyond even the most refined psychic sensitivity. There is an enhanced intuition that becomes available to you when you merge with your future self. And beyond even that, there's a state where you are fully channeling the future self in real time. They are guiding you moment to moment through your life. That is where we are headed in this episode. We're going to cover the science of intuition, how the future self connection upgrades it, real-world applications including financial decisions and major life choices, how to reach the advanced stage of full channeling, and then at the end I'm going to guide you through a powerful meditation to activate this enhanced intuition for yourself. So stay until the end. If you're new to this channel, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we go deep into consciousness, reality creation, and the future self every single week. And if you've been here for a while, you already know we are about to go somewhere extraordinary. Intuition is a direct knowing. It is information that arrives without the linear step of reasoning. You did not calculate it. You did not research it. You did not hear it from someone else. It simply appeared in your awareness as a complete knowing. Everyone has experienced this. You think of someone and they call. You get a feeling about a situation and it turns out to be exactly right. You walk into a room and immediately sense something is off. You're about to take a particular route and something tells you to go a different way, and later you find out there was an accident on the road you almost took. That is intuition operating. Here's what most people misunderstand about intuition. They think it's vague. They think it's unreliable. They think it's something that some people have and others do not. All of that is incorrect. Intuition is a faculty. It's a channel of perception as real as your eyesight or your hearing. The reason most people experience it as unreliable is because they have never trained it. They've never given it dedicated attention. They have never learned to distinguish between genuine intuitive signals and mental noise. And most importantly, they've never learned to trust it enough to act on it consistently. How many times have you had an intuitive hit, ignored it, and then watched the thing you sensed come to pass exactly as you felt it would? And in that moment you said to yourself, I knew that was going to happen. You did know. The knowing was there. You simply did not trust it enough to act. The research on intuition is extraordinary, and I want to walk you through some of it because this will change how you think about your own abilities. The HeartMath Institute has shown that the heart receives intuitive information before the brain does. In their studies, participants were shown random images, some calm, some emotionally charged. The heart responded to the emotionally charged images up to 6 seconds before the image was even selected by the computer. 6 seconds before the event occurred, the heart already knew. Intuition is operating outside of linear time. Your body, particularly your heart, is already in contact with information from the future. This is measurable, documented science. Dean Radin at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, someone I've mentioned several times on the channel, has conducted experiments showing that the body responds to future events before they happen. His presentiment experiments demonstrate measurable physiological responses, changes in skin conductance, heart rate, brain activity, seconds before a random stimulus is even generated. Your body is a time machine. It is already scanning the field of probability and responding to what it finds there. The CIA and various military intelligence programs spent decades and millions of dollars studying remote viewing. They did this because it worked. Trained individuals could perceive targets across vast distances and even across time. They could describe locations, events, and objects they had never seen. The statistical results were so far above chance that the programs ran for over 20 years. Some of the most accomplished remote viewers reported that viewing across time, perceiving future events, was actually easier than viewing across distance. The future was far more accessible than the next room. When I tell you that you can perceive the future, I am telling you something that has already been demonstrated repeatedly under controlled conditions. This is your natural capacity. You have been doing it your entire life. The difference is that in this episode, you are going to learn to do it deliberately, consistently, and with a level of clarity that will astonish you. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Everything I just described, that is baseline intuition. That's the factory setting. That's the intuition I've talked about in 50 episodes on my channel that I've interviewed about. We all know about it. Trust your heart, trust your gut. There is a level beyond that, which becomes available when you begin merging with your future self, as we have been doing on my channel. Think about it this way: your future self has already navigated the decisions you are currently facing. Your future self already knows which investment pays off, which relationship deepens, which opportunity is the real one, which path leads to expansion, and which leads to dead end. Your future self has already lived through the consequences and has information available as completed experience. When you enter heart coherence and establish a resonant connection with your future self, you gain access to that information. It does not come as a detailed newspaper from the future. It comes as enhanced intuition, stronger gut feelings, clearer impressions, spontaneous knowing that arrives with a quality of certainty that ordinary intuition does not carry. There is a difference between ordinary intuition and future self-enhanced intuition, and once you feel it, you will always recognize it. Ordinary intuition is like hearing a whisper across a noisy room. You catch fragments, you sense the general direction, but there's interference, there's ambiguity. Future self-enhanced intuition is like someone speaking clearly and directly into your ear. The signal is strong, the message is specific, and there is a warmth to it, a feeling of love and encouragement, because this information is coming from a version of you that cares deeply about your success. Let me be very specific about how this works in practice. You enter coherence, you establish the connection with your future self. If you've never done this before, stay until the meditation at the end, because I will walk you through it step by step. And then you ask a question, a real question, something you genuinely need guidance on, and you wait. You do not search for the answer. You do not try to figure it out. You simply hold the question in your heart space, and you wait with the expectation that the answer will come, because it will. The answer may come as a feeling in your body, a warmth, an expansion, a contraction. Your body becomes an instrument of perception. A yes feels different from a no. A green light feels different from a yellow light. which feels different from a red light. Learn your own signals. Your body has a unique language for communicating intuitive information to you. Discover that language. The answer may come as a visual impression, flash of an image, a scene, a symbol. You might see a door opening. You might see a specific number. You might see a face. You might see a color. Receive them. Write them down. The meaning often reveals itself later. The answer may come as a direct knowing, a sudden clarity where the answer is simply there, fully formed as if you always knew it. This is perhaps the most common form of future self communication. It arrives complete. There is nothing to figure out. The knowing is total. The answer may come as words, a phrase or sentence that drops into your awareness with a quality that is different from your ordinary thinking voice. It might be your own voice, but with a different tone. It might feel like it comes from a slightly different location in your awareness. Pay attention to these subtle differences. They are your signposts. Here's the key distinction. Ordinary thinking is noisy, circular, anxious, repetitive. It argues with itself. It second guesses. It generates fear. It creates scenarios of failure. It loops endlessly without resolution. You know the feeling. You've been trapped in the loop many times. Enhanced intuition from the future self is clean. It is clear. It is calm. It arrives once and it is complete. There's a signature to it, a feeling of quiet authority, a sense of settled certainty. Over time, you learn to recognize this signature instantly. And once you recognize it, you can trust it absolutely because you have verified it again and again through experience. In the beginning, you will second guess these impressions. Your mind will immediately try to override them. It will say, that is just your imagination, that it was just wishful thinking, or good luck. You're making that up. This is the most critical juncture in developing this ability. You must learn to honor the impression even when your mind protests. Write it down, act on it, when appropriate, and then watch what happens. Over time, the evidence will become so overwhelming that your mind will stop arguing and start cooperating. Let me talk about the real applications because this is where it becomes transformative. Financial decisions. Many of the most successful investors in history have described their process in terms that sound exactly like enhanced intuition. And I have several clients, day traders, stock investors that have used this to enhance and increase their effectiveness when investing on the future. They speak of a feeling about a company, a sense about market direction, an instinct that overrides the conventional analysis. George Soros famously described getting a backache when something was wrong with his portfolio. His body was his instrument of perception. He learned to trust that signal more than any chart or analyst report. Warren Buffett talks about investing within his circle of competence. But the way he describes the actual moment of decision is intuitive. He reads everything. He analyzes everything. And then the decision comes as a feeling, a certainty, a simplicity that cuts through all the complexity. That is enhanced intuition operating through a mind that has prepared itself through years of study and attention. You can bring a specific financial question into your coherence practice. Should I invest in this? Should I sell? Should I wait? Is this the right time? Is this the right asset? And you receive the impression. You receive the signal from your future self, who already knows the outcome. Now, I'm going to be clear. This does not replace due diligence. This does not mean you abandon research and analysis. It means you add another channel of information. You combine the analytical with the intuitive, and often the intuitive is the tiebreaker. When the analytical alone cannot give you a clear answer, the analytical mind can show you 10 possible outcomes. The enhanced intuition can show you which one actually unfolds. Major life decisions? Should I take this job? Should I move to this city? Should I enter this partnership? Should I leave this situation? Should I start this business? Should I have this conversation? These are the questions where enhanced intuition becomes invaluable, because these decisions have enormous downstream consequences that your analytical mind simply cannot model. There are too many variables, too many unknowns, too many dependencies that cascade in ways no spreadsheet can capture. Your future self can feel the trajectory because they have been there. Your future self can sense which path carries the energy of expansion and which carries the energy of contraction. When you're in coherence and connected, you can perceive that trajectory as clearly as you perceive the temperature of a room. One direction feels warm, alive, magnetic. Another direction feels flat, heavy, draining. These are real signals. They are perceptions of actual probability fields. I've made major decisions in my life and in my business using this practice. Decisions about events, about content, direction, about collaborations, about investments of time and energy. And I can tell you from direct experience that when I follow the enhanced intuitive signal, the outcome exceeds my expectations, and when I override it with analytical reasoning alone, I always end up learning the hard way that the intuition was right all along. Creative direction, if you're building something, a business, a body of work, a project, a book, a course, your enhanced intuition can show you what wants to emerge. It can show you the next step, the right collaborator, the timing, the format, the message, the title, the angle that will resonate most powerfully with your audience. I use this constantly in my own work. I enter coherence, I connect with my future self, and I ask what the next piece of content should be, what the next event should focus on, what the community needs. And the answers come with remarkable specificity. Sometimes I receive a complete title, a structure, a single word that unlocks an entire concept. The creative process becomes collaborative. You are co-creating with the version of you that already sees the finished work. Health and well-being. Your future self can guide you toward the foods, the practices and practitioners, the protocols that serve your body. You can ask and receive impressions about what your body needs. Should I try this supplement? Should I see this practitioner? Should I change this habit? This is your own inner physician activated and enhanced through the future self connection. Relationships. You can receive guidance about the people in your life, who to invest more energy in, who to create more space from, when to have the difficult conversation and how to approach it, whether a new relationship will serve your growth or distract it. Your future self sees the full arc of every relationship in your life and can give you the broader perspective that is impossible to see from inside the day-to-day dynamics. And timing. This is one of the most powerful and underappreciated applications. So often in life, the idea is right, but the timing is wrong. Or the timing is right, but we hesitate and miss the window. Your future self has impeccable timing because they have already lived through the sequence. They know when to act and when to wait. They know when the door opens and when it closes. When you learn to receive timing guidance from your future self, your entire life begins to flow with the synchronicity that other people will find remarkable. There are specific practices that strengthen this enhanced intuitive channel, and I want to give you 6 of them. First, coherence is essential. You must be in heart coherence to receive clearly. When you're in stress, when you're in survival mode, the signal gets distorted by anxiety, fear, and mental noise. Coherence is the clear channel. It is the difference between trying to hear a conversation through a wall versus sitting face-to-face in a quiet room. The information is always being transmitted. Coherence determines whether you can receive it. Second, practice asking and receiving. Every day, bring a small question into your coherence practice. Start with things you can verify quickly. Ask your future self, what will happen in a meeting today? Ask about a decision you will face this afternoon. Ask what will be the best use of your next hour. Then notice what you receive and check it against what actually unfolds. This builds your confidence and calibrates your reception. It teaches your nervous system that this channel of information is real and can be relied upon. Third, keep an intuition journal. Write down the impressions you received. Date them. Then go back and note what matched and what did not. Over weeks and months, you will see patterns. You will learn which types of signals are most accurate for you. You will learn your own unique intuitive language. Some people are more visual, some are more kinesthetic. Some receive words, some receive pure knowing. Your journal will reveal your primary channel and help you develop the secondary ones. Fourth, trust the first impression. The first thing that comes through before your mind has a chance to edit it, to rationalize it, to make it more comfortable. That first impression is almost always the most accurate. Train yourself to catch it and record it before the analytical mind rewrites it. The analytical mind is a wonderful tool for execution, but it is a terrible editor of intuitive information. It always tries to make the intuitive fit its existing model of reality. Fifth, learn to distinguish between fear and intuition. Fear repeats. It's loud. It generates physical tension. Fear comes with a story attached. It creates urgency and pressure. It makes you feel small. Intuition arrives once, cleanly, without drama. Intuition is calm. Even when it's delivering urgent information, intuition makes you feel expanded, even when the message is to proceed with caution. This distinction alone will dramatically improve your accuracy. And sixth, act on what you receive. Intuition that is received and ignored begins to fade. The channel closes when you consistently refuse to act on the information coming through. Every time you receive an intuitive impression and act on it, the channel widens, the signal strengthens, the impressions become more frequent and more detailed. Action is the feedback loop that tells the system to keep sending. Now I want to take you to the advanced level, because everything I have described so far, the impressions, the visions, the gut feelings, those are the beginning stages. There is a level beyond receiving discrete impressions where you enter a state of continuous connection, a state where you are fully channeling the future self and they are guiding you in live time. Let me describe what this looks like. In the beginning stages, you sit down, enter coherence, ask a question, and receive an answer. There's a clear separation between the asking and the receiving. There's a clear boundary between you and the future self. You are here, they are there, information crosses the gap. In the intermediate stage, the connection becomes faster and more fluid. You ask, and the answer comes almost immediately. Sometimes the answer arrives before you finish formulating the question. The boundary between you and the future self becomes thinner. You begin to sense their presence more constantly, even outside of formal practice. In the advanced stage, the boundary dissolves. You are no longer asking and receiving. You are operating as a unified field of awareness. The future self is thinking through you, speaking through you, moving through you, making decisions through you. This is full channeling. You've seen this in other contexts. Think about a musician who is so deeply immersed in a performance that the music seems to play itself through them. Think about an athlete in a flow state where the right move happens before the conscious mind can direct it. Think about a speaker who steps on stage and words begin flowing that they never planned or rehearsed. That is channeling. The ordinary self steps aside and a larger intelligence operates through the vehicle of the body and mind. What I'm describing is the same phenomenon, but instead of channeling the muse or the zone or the flow, you are channeling a specific intelligence, your future self, the version of you that has already arrived at your highest expression. And because this intelligence is you, and it shares your body, your history, your desires, your specific life circumstances, the guidance is exquisitely tailored. It's personal in a way that no external teacher or guide can ever match. When you reach the stage of full channeling, something remarkable happens. You begin to move through your day with a quality of effortless navigation. You know when to speak, when to be silent. You know when to push forward and when to rest. You find yourself saying exactly the right thing in a conversation without having planned it. You find yourself in the right place at the right time with a regularity that defies coincidence. Decisions that used to take days of agonizing deliberation now resolve in moments because the deliberation is happening in the background in the merged field, and the conclusion simply surfaces when it's ready. You do not feel like you're making decisions anymore. You feel like you're being guided gently and precisely by the part of you that already sees the whole map. Your creative output changes, ideas arrive fully formed, projects sequence themselves naturally. You stop forcing and start flowing. The work that emerges has a quality that people can feel even if they cannot name it. There is a coherence to it, a rightness that comes from being created in alignment with the larger trajectory. Your relationships transform because you are operating from the wisdom of your future self. You respond rather than react. You see the deeper dynamics. You have the patience because you already know how the story resolves. The compassion because you can see where people are in their own journey. You become calmer, more grounded, more magnetic in the lives of everyone around you. Believe me, I know, I'm telling you from personal experience. Now, full channeling of the future self is available to every single one of you watching. It's a natural progression. It does not require special gifts. It doesn't require years of training. It requires consistent practice of entering coherence, connecting with the future self, and gradually loosening the grip of the analytical mind enough to allow the larger intelligence to operate. The progression is simple. First, you receive impressions occasionally, then the impressions become more frequent and more vivid. Then you begin to sense the future self presence outside of formal practice. You start acting on the guidance spontaneously, almost automatically. Then one day you realize you've been in continuous contact for hours, maybe days, and the quality of your life has shifted in ways you did not even consciously engineer. That is when you know the channel is fully opened. The key is to stop treating the future self as something separate that you visit during meditation and start treating it as an aspect of yourself that is always present, available, broadcasting. Your practice is simply learning to keep the receiver on. Now we're going to move into the practice. If you're watching this, you can close your eyes and go inward. If you're driving or doing something that requires your attention, bookmark this and come back to it when you can give it your full presence. Find a comfortable position. Relax and let go of the outside world. Begin by taking a slow, full breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs completely and release it slowly through your mouth. Let the exhale take as long as it wants. Another breath in, deep and full, expanding the belly, the ribs, and chest. And release, letting everything soften on the exhale. One more time. Breathe in as deeply as you can, the biggest, deepest breath of the day. And releasing completely, allow the body to settle into stillness. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Feel the muscles of your scalp soften. Release any tension. Feel a warm wave begin to flow down from the crown of your head. Let it move into your forehead. Feel the forehead smooth, all the lines of concentration dissolving, the space between your eyebrows widening and softening. The more relaxed you are, the more effective this is. Let the relaxation flow into your eyes. Feel the muscles around your eyes release. The eyelids grow heavy and comfortable. The eyes settle back gently into their sockets. Let the jaw drop slightly, release the clench, let the tongue rest. Let the wave of relaxation flow down into your neck. Feel the muscles on both sides. Release their grip, all the tension from holding and carrying. Let it dissolve. Feel the neck become long and soft. Down into the shoulders, let the shoulders drop. Really let them fall. Feel how much tension you were holding there. Unconsciously, let the shoulders become heavy and warm, completely relaxed. The relaxation flows down through your arms, through the upper arms, the forearms, into the hands and fingers. Feel your hands become warm and heavy, each finger softening. Palms opening. Bring the wave into your chest. Feel the muscles between the ribs soften. The chest becomes open and spacious. Each breath flowing more easily. Down into the belly. Let the belly be soft. Release any holding there. The organs settle. the belly rise and fall with each breath. The relaxation moves into your lower back, all the muscles that work so hard. Feel the lower back widening and softening. Down through the hips, the thighs. Feel the large muscles of the legs becoming heavy and warm, supported and at rest. Through the knees, the calves, the shins, down into the ankles and feet. Feel the soles of your feet become warm, the toes soften. In this relaxed state, your body has become quiet. Your nervous system is shifted from vigilance to receptivity. The body has become perfectly tuned, ready to sense the subtlest signals. Now bring your attention to the center of your chest, the heart space. Feel the warmth there. Feel the gentle rhythm. Sometimes it helps to put your hand on your heart. Allow your breathing to slow naturally as your attention rests in this space. Longer out breaths than in breaths. Long breaths, 4 to 5 seconds in. 5 to 6 seconds out. Every breath, feel this heart space expand, growing warmer, brighter, a sphere of coherent energy radiating from the center of your being. Feel it pulsing with each heartbeat, growing stronger and wider. Begin to breathe as if you are breathing through the heart itself, in through the heart, out through the heart. Each breath amplifying the field of coherence, each breath making the signal cleaner and stronger. Now bring up the feeling of gratitude and joy into this heart space. Gratitude for this body, for this moment, for the ability to connect across time. Joy for just being alive, happiness for being in this moment. Feel how it shifts the quality of the energy. From this place of deep coherence, allow your awareness to lift. You're going to travel forward in time. You're going to visit the timeline where everything you've been working toward has already come to fruition. Everything you've been dreaming, building, intending, all of it has blossomed into its fullest expression. See it. Begin to see your life as it exists on this timeline. See where you're living, the space around you, the quality of light, beauty, abundance. The atmosphere of this life, everything about it radiates wholeness and fulfillment. See the work you're doing on this timeline, the contribution you're making, the people you're serving. You've found your deepest purpose. You are living it fully every single day. Feel what that feels like in your body. See the relationships on this timeline, the depth of connection, the love that surrounds you, people who walk beside you in this life. See your body on this timeline, the vitality, the energy, the radiance. See the financial reality of this, the freedom, the ease, the capacity to invest, to give, to build, to create, all from a place of overflow. Feel into this timeline completely. Let the feelings rise, the joy come up. Let the gratitude come up. Let the excitement come up. The peace come up. Let these feelings come up. They're all real. They belong to you and encoded in the field of your future. These elevated emotions fill your entire body. Let them saturate your heart. Absorb the frequency of your greatest life in this moment, all your cells. Amplify this feeling. Make them bigger and brighter. See into this timeline. Connect to those visions and imaginal elements. Maybe you see your dream home, your business succeeding, the love of your life, true healing, whatever it is. Allow these visions to become real and present in this moment, connecting to this timeline as if you're looking through binoculars into the future and experiencing it in this present moment. And now from within this timeline, within this field of elevated emotion, become aware of the present. Someone is here with you. Someone has been waiting for you. Your future self, the version of you who lives in this greatest timeline, the version of you who has already walked the entire path from where you are to where they are. This is not about being realistic. They are there. They are here. They are standing before you and they are looking at you with so much love. Take a moment to see them. See how they carry themselves, the confidence in their posture, the glow about them, and energy. This is who you're becoming. This is who you already are in the field of possibility. Feel their presence and frequency. It is the same frequency you just filled your body with. The frequency of your greatest timeline, only stronger, more refined, because they have been living in it for years. They've been marinating in that joy and happiness. And as you stand in their presence, feel your own frequency rising to match theirs. Feel the resonance building between you, two tuning forks vibrating at the same pitch, two hearts beating in the same rhythm, two fields of coherence harmonizing into one. Spend a moment communicating, talking with each other, become entangled. Now allow the space between you and your future self to close. They're stepping toward you. You are stepping toward them. The boundary between you is becoming thinner, more transparent. Feel yourself beginning to merge. Your energy field and theirs overlapping, blending, becoming one unified field. Their wisdom flowing into your awareness. Their confidence settling into your nervous system. Their calm certainty becoming your calm certainty. Allow the merge to deepen. Their memories becoming available to you. Their perspective is becoming yours. You can feel what they feel. You can see what they see. The larger view, the wider horizon, the complete picture of where your life is headed and how every piece fits together. Feel your body shifting as the merge completes. Your posture changes subtly. Your breathing changes. The very chemistry of your cells updates. upgrades, aligns with the frequency of the version of you who has already arrived. You and your future self are one. One field, one awareness, one heart, one mind. Everything they know, you now have access to. Everything they have experienced, you can draw upon. The boundary has dissolved. You are them, they are you. There is only one. In this merged state, allow the downloads to begin. Your future self has information for you, guidance, insights, visions, and they are transmitting them directly into your awareness, a stream of light pouring into the center of your being. You may experience these downloads as images flooding your mind, rapid flashes, scenes, numbers, symbols. Let them come. You may experience them as a rush of knowing, information arriving all at once, a compressed file of wisdom unpacking inside you. You may feel it as waves of energy moving through your body. This is information being written into your cellular memory. You may hear them as a stream of words, instructions. Just receive it all, open wider, let more come through. There's so much your future self wants to share with you. From this merged state, with the download still flowing, bring forward a question, something real you genuinely desire guidance on. It could be about a decision you're facing, an investment you're considering, a relationship, a creative project, whatever it is. Hold the question gently in your heart. Simply hold it like an offering and remain open. Trust that the response is already on its way. Just notice what arrives. Receive it, honor it. Allow it to fill you completely. Whatever comes, receive it with gratitude. Breathe into every part of you. Bring forward a second question if you desire, perhaps a different area of your life. Hold it in the same way, gently open, ask the question, and receive what comes. And a third question. One arises naturally each time, holding the question in your heart space, receiving the impression that flows back through the merged field. Now, instead of asking another specific question, open yourself to receive whatever your future self wants to share with you. Release the need to direct the conversation, let them lead. Allow the future self to choose what information is most important for you to receive. You're trusting their judgment about what you need to know. They can see the full map, they can see every turn. Let them show you what matters most. Just rest in the merged field, open and receptive. Receive it all. Let it flow. Feel this connection stabilize, become permanent. Set the intention that this is a continuous stream. Future self is always broadcasting. Feel the agreement between you and your future self. Your receiver stays on. It's a partnership, a collaboration across time. They will send, you will receive, you will act, and through that action you will become them. The loop completes itself. The future pulls you forward through very guidance that you receive. Begin to feel the gratitude for this connection, for this ability that you carry within you. This enhanced intuition, this connection to the version of you who has already succeeded, expanded, arrived at the life you're moving toward. The continuous guidance, the live time-out navigation, it all lives inside you now. Every time you enter coherence and connect with your future self, this channel gets stronger. The signal gets clearer. The impressions get more detailed. The knowing gets more immediate. And the full channeling state becomes more natural. You're developing a superpower, and it is one that already belongs to you. When you're ready, take a deep breath, feel your body in the space where you're sitting, the ground beneath you. Wiggle your fingers and toes, feel the aliveness return to every part of your body, and gently bring back your full awareness back to this present moment, carrying with you everything you received and carrying with you the open channel that will continue to guide you long after this meditation ends. That's the practice, and I encourage you to use it daily, even for a couple of minutes. A couple of minutes in coherence. You don't need to listen to this meditation. Just go into coherence, ask the question to your future self. And as you advance, begin experimenting with keeping the channel open through your day. Strengthen this connection. Begin to notice when the future self sends an unsolicited signal, an impression that arrives without you having to ask a question. You have a direct line to the version of you who already knows. This episode opened something for you. Leave a comment below and tell me about it. I want to know what happened. Tell me what impressions came through during the meditation, what questions you asked. I read every single comment, and your experience matters. If you want to go deeper with this work and practice with a community of people who are all developing these abilities, join us in the Reality Revolution community. The link is in the description below. Share this with someone who is ready for it. Subscribe if you have not already. Put a like on this video. It really helps with the algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.